morning, guys. Today I am going to get my lips tattooed. Something completely different for me, something I hadn't really planned of, but one of my best friends is a beauty therapist, Jess. I've mentioned her before, and she is in the process of learning how to do cosmetic tattooing for eyebrows and lips and eyeliner and things like that. And she asked me to be her model for lip tattooing. So on Wednesday night I went to the salon, Retreat to Beauty, her salon, and I had a little test of all like the different anesthetics and things that they use to make sure I didn't have a reaction to it. I also, with her and her trainer, sort of looked at the colours that they were mixing together to try and get a lip colour that I wanted, and we came up with a combination that I like, and today is the day that I actually go and get my tattoos. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. I am getting a full lip tattoo, so it'll be like a colour. You can just get lip liner as well, but I really want it to be quite natural and to sort of look like my lips but better. That's what I'm going for, my lips but better, but on my actual lips. So I've just had a shower and washed my hair as per my little sort of pre-treatment instructions. I'm going to blow dry it and then we're going to go get our lips tattooed. Well, I am. I'm going to take you guys along with me. I'm just brushing my teeth because I figure that if I'm going to have anybody working around my mouth, I don't want to have stinky breath. And did I mention that I woke up with like the world's largest pimple right there? Why? So I've just arrived at the car park. I guess this is one last look of my lips this way. I'm here now and I'm going to go start the process. We've just been through, I just had a look at some pictures of before and after, so I kind of know what to expect. And I guess it's going to start. I think that we'll try and take a little bit of footage showing what happens, and then I'll speak to you guys once I have new lips. This is Jess. She's going to be doing the treatment today. She's also my friend, so lots of trust. I'm being numbed right now and I feel decidedly puffy at this moment, and I'm talking really funny. Do they look puffy or is that just me? They're supposed to look puffy? Okay. And this is the machine that's going to be tattooing me. Kind of look a little bit like a mad scientist with all their like potions mixing something together.
I'm mixing Rachel's lips.
Playing with colour. I think we've got it now. It's obviously going to look a bit different on my lips than on there, but you can get a general idea. This is the wand that's used, and I'm going to pretend that there's not a needle at the end of that and just be blissfully ignorant of it. Are there different types of machines that you use to do?
Yeah, there's lots of
different ways that you can use it.
This one's a digital machine.
A digital machine.
Yeah,
okay.
ask Wendy the question.
This is Wendy, the trainer.
Digital machine. There is also rotary machines out there, which a normal tattooist would use, which is a coil machine. So this one is actually digital, so it's a lot more precise and it moves very, very fast into the skin and not as deep. You can also go by hand. Blading is very popular at the moment, and that's slicing through the skin and then applying the ink, letting the ink soak into the skin. Soft tap is another method that's been around for around about 20 years, and that's almost weaving the ink by hand into the skin.
Right, okay.
Jess is just putting in the numbing cream right now. More numbing cream, breaking the skin, gives it better penetration and works instantly.
And scratchy, so Okay, so we're done. I'm sufficiently swollen at the moment, which obviously won't last forever, but some of you might really enjoy that aspect of this. I've just been through all the aftercare stuff and we've just sort of finished up down here. Put a little bit more makeup on because I kind of had it rub off. It's my little balm. I know you're probably thinking price, so with price generally.
So it will be $800 for lips, but you pay $100 on your consultation, and then you get that back. So when you actually come in, it's only the $700.
Yeah. And in terms of a time for an appointment,
about 2 hours for. Well, Rachel's been here for 2 hours,
Yep.
and that includes all the numbing time, designing the shape for you, and then doing the treatment.
yeah, and then the consultation was pretty quick.
Yeah, so there's also a retouch that Rachel will have to come back and do in about maybe 6 weeks' time. And then that's all included in the price as well.
So we can just see, because I think the way it'll wear might wear away in some patches, and it's how your own
lose
lips.
about 60% of the colour.
Yeah.
And yeah, they'll lighten up to the true colour that they're going to be.
I think right now they look like MAC Stone Lip Pencil. Let you guys know what you think. Or a mixture of Stone and Whirl. They're actually already changing colour, I feel like, from... Maybe it's just different lights. I felt like it looked browner like 2 seconds ago, and now it's going a bit more... I don't know. We shall see.
This is your true colour. If you want to put some on, you can put it over.
Okay,
the
let's
top there.
just do a little bit.
So you can see how much lighter they will be.
Yeah, there we go. So that's the colour, and this is kind of what we're starting at. You can see. So what I will do is I'm going to film little snippets sort of over the next week or so, just so you can see how it goes through the process of changing and I guess the final colour. One thing we were going to talk about was the pain, because I know a lot of you are probably thinking that as well. Honestly, it didn't hurt too bad. Jess put a ton of numbing stuff throughout the entire process, and it just felt a lot of the time like pushing really hard with like a little bit of a scratchy feeling at the end, maybe a bit like somebody's like a tiny little needle. By the end of it, I really couldn't feel that much at all. I think it kind of hurt the most kind of around the cupid's bow and at the end of the lips, but by the end of that sort of hour and a half or whatever hour that I was laying down, I really couldn't feel that much. And we will go through the actual like touch-up plate thing is basically doing almost the same thing again. Wendy just brought up another point about how the colour will change over the next couple of weeks. So you want to talk about that briefly?
Yes, so Rachel's going to experience them getting quite crusty, I suppose, over the next week or so, and then all of a sudden it's going to seem as though the colour will totally disappear from her lips. It's just a defence mechanism from the lips, and then the colour will reappear around about 60% lighter than what it currently is now. So that's the reason why we leave it around about 6 weeks for retouching for full lips. Whereas with eyebrows and eyeliner, it's only around about 4 weeks, so we need that healing process to happen.
Okay, thank you. It's now the next day, and I just wanted to give you a quick update of my lips 24 hours after I had the procedure. So I'm not gonna lie, yesterday afternoon it was pretty painful once all the anesthetic stuff wore off. It definitely kind of had a burning feeling. It was very uncomfortable. I just kept on putting on my balm and kind of having to wipe away any of the excess blood or stuff that's coming through. You can see what I mean here by this crustiness that's kind of developed there. You can see kind of the colour that I think it will be peeking through, but for the meantime they look kind of gross. But I'm assured that this is all normal and they will go back to looking really nice soon-ish. I don't know how long the swelling's supposed to last for. We're not supposed to pick at this at all or rub it away as much as I kind of want to, so I'm just leaving it and trying not to touch it too much and just keeping my lips hydrated. Could almost hold a pencil underneath there. Quick little lip vlog update for you guys. It's now Monday evening, so about 2.5 days since I had my lips tattooed, and I'm getting some pretty severe peeling. I'm trying to keep my lips really hydrated with the balm. I think the instructions were like every half an hour. I'm honestly finding that I think like my lips have absorbed it in sort of half an hour to an hour max, so I'm applying it fairly regularly, but I'm losing some of my lips. I'm trying really hard not to pick and just let the skin fall off naturally if it does, although I don't know what I'm going to do about this. But yeah, that's what they look like. I think the swelling is pretty much completely gone down, which is good. I'm happy to have my lips back to relatively normal size. Yeah, kind of gross. This is probably not recommended, but I'm actually going to just use some little tweezers to trim off the skin rather than to actually like pull it, because I don't want to yank anything off that shouldn't come off. Ew. Quick lip update since it's been about a week since the procedure. My lips, all the flaking has gone, thankfully. It basically all kind of came off sort of by the fourth day. Now my lips are just pretty dry. I've been basically just keeping them with lip balm on pretty much constantly, and they're kind of, I guess the colour's a little bit sort of greying, as you can see there. It's kind of hard to tell on camera. It's a little bit splotchy, but I'm interested to see how the colour will develop over time. Ignore that, that's just a blemish. But yeah, this is what they look like at the moment. I've used all my balm up, so now I've just moved to using pawpaw ointment and just some other sort of natural lip balms that I have. I've generally been wearing pretty much nothing for this whole week since I've had them done, just balm, no other kind of lip liners or lipsticks. I'm just about to head in for my lip tattoo touch-up. It's been about 2 months since I got my lip tattoos, or maybe a little bit longer, and the colour has pretty much settled to where it's supposed to be. It's just like a natural, kind of neutral pink colour. I'm really happy with it, but we're just going to go in, fix up the lines, I think basically go over it again, which is part of the cost of doing it, that you have your lips tattooed once and then you go in for a perfecting session. But this is what they look like at this point. I like them. It's good. It's a natural colour. It's not too over the top, but it's just, it looks like I've got a little something extra without being too obvious that I've had my lips tattooed. Second lip tattoo session is done and dusted. I have really large lips at the moment, obviously, but the swelling and the colour will change and will go down and all that kind of stuff. Overall, I can say that the pain this time was like 1,000 times better. So I think we like totally sorted the numbing situation, and I think even if you're a real wuss, you can have your lips tattooed. You just need to like really numb the crap out of them. I barely felt it this time, so definitely gets a thumbs up for that. I'm home now and the ice is helping so much with the pain. Makes it feel a lot better. The swelling has gone down a lot too. It's been about 24 hours since I've had my lips tattooed for the second time, and they're feeling pretty good. They're not too sore unless I like move them funny, like go like that, and then they kind of sting a little bit. I'm just keeping them hydrated. Most of the swelling's gone down. They're still a bit puffy, and they're starting to look a little bit weepy, which will kind of eventually turn into sort of flaking, but I'm just keeping the balm on, and other than that they seem to be doing pretty well. I think the ice definitely helped last night, and like once I woke up this morning all the pain was gone, which was great because last night they were hurting quite a bit, but nothing a little bit of Nurofen and some ice couldn't fix. The quick lip update for you guys, it's Sunday. I'm currently binge watching Making a Murderer, and my lips are feeling pretty good. I'm kind of losing bits of my lip everywhere. They're kind of peeling at the moment, which is gross, and you do have to be careful. I would recommend, if you get your lips tattooed, to either have white bed sheets or at least white pillows, or a dark one, because at least white you can bleach, or a dark color hopefully you won't see it. But I noticed that there was a little bit of staining, probably just a little bit of color coming off my lips onto my pillows, even though I don't do it on purpose. Obviously in my sleep I must rub my lips. See? Ew. But other than that, they're going pretty well. You can see there's sort of a little bit of dark skin left, but I mean most of it is peeling off or has peeled off. I'm trying not to pull it or rub it or do anything. I sometimes get like little nail scissors and chop it off if it's like hanging there. Don't necessarily recommend that because I don't know if that's what you should do, but that's what I have done, which I actually think is probably better than, because then if I leave it there and I eat or do something, it gets pulled off and it might not be supposed to come off, or at least the end part might not be. But anyway, that is what it looks like a few days on. This is kind of the colour they are. I don't think this is the colour that they will end up as. If it's anything like the last time I got my lips done, I went through a whole variety of shades on my lips before the final colour set into place. But I just wanted to show you guys where they were at the moment. I did also want to quickly say that I did have some flaking around the edge of my lip as well, and you can kind of see some like darker marks there. I think I may have gotten a little bit of ice burn when I put the ice on. It definitely was a good thing. It definitely helped with the pain, but you just have to remember that because your skin is numb, you can't feel it, and I may have just had it on a little bit too long. So that's why it's a little bit red, and that skin around my mouth is peeling a little bit, but I'm just putting Savlon on it and I think it should heal up fine. It seems to be going away now, but just thought I'd let you know what I'm experiencing as I'm experiencing it. It's now been 6 weeks since I had my lip tattoo touch-up. I had that on the 7th of January and it is now mid-February, and everything seems to be settling really, really well. My colour has pretty much all come through. I still have a little bit of what I call bruising, which is kind of where it's a little bit darker in certain patches. I had this the first time I had it done as well, and it seemed to fade probably around the 2.5 month mark, so I'm sure that that will go again this time. But I'm really happy with the color, and I just thought I would check in and show you guys one last time what my lips looked like. Overall, I'm really happy with the process, and I think for those of you out there who maybe either have a blurred lip line and want it more defined, whether you maybe like the idea of permanent makeup, maybe you don't like wearing a product on your lip and you like the idea of being able to have something that's always there, or maybe you want your lips to look a little bit fuller, because you can adjust the shape of your lip. Maybe if one side of your lip is a little bit higher and one side is a little bit lower, like they can even that out. It's kind of what we did with my lip. One side of my upper lip is a little bit higher, so we just kind of sort of evened both sides out, perfected that lip line. You can certainly do that with lip tattooing, and like I said, you can almost overdraw them slightly to make them look bigger. They can still look natural. I'm definitely a I guess poster child for the natural lip color. Really, this is my lip color. Sometimes it looks a little bit darker, sometimes it looks a little bit lighter, but it's still very, like, some people wouldn't even know that I've had my lips tattooed. The other night I was actually watching something on Cosmetics tattooing and bad dodge jobs, so definitely make sure that your tattooist is reputable. I know that I talked about price through the vlog, and from what I've seen, a general price range is generally around like $700 to $900. If it's any like less than that, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So definitely make sure you go to somebody that you trust. Do your research if you're going to have this done. I will have Jess's details and Retreat to Beauty's details in the description box below if you do happen to be in the Western Sydney area and want to inquire about having it done where I did. Jess is currently in the US on holidays, but she'll be back in a couple of weeks, I think, so you can definitely inquire there. I did do this for a friend. I've known Jess since I was 5 years old. I did get the treatment for free myself because I was her I guess demonstrative work kind of things, but it wasn't because of YouTube or anything like that. I just wanted to do full disclosure. I just decided to make this video purely for you guys, because I figured that some of you would probably be interested with this whole thing. But I think that is pretty much it from me. I'm going to sign off for the final time. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you guys very soon on the interwebs. Bye!